combo hero, but
Yeah, I don't think anything. I don't even know if like IG has any tendencies to play heroes that Ancient Apparition will counter. I don't like. I haven't seen them play a lot of Alchemist. Obviously, no Huskar.
yeah, it's just a lot of games where you actually see A fall behind and you don't have any stuns. Your ultimate maybe don't do that much. Like, I don't know. It's not the best hero to just pick,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think position 5s are pretty underwhelming this patch. They might like in terms of impact. So AA can have some like global presence where he can still get some things done, and the cold feet stun as well is it's not too bad nowadays. But
Could also just be taken away from Victus Gaming. I think Nyx plus AA is a very, very good combo.
so maybe a deny pick.
Maybe. I mean, the alternative was Shadow Shaman, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather pick Shadow Shaman or AA in that spot?
I guess Yao's probably going to be playing AA this game.
I'm very excited to see the Nyx Assassin in the pool. I mean, in times of past, Nyx Assassin, very durable off-lane hero, but for the last little bit, I mean, he has just been the king of roaming. We've seen him just shut down any hero in mid.
He might be an
intelligence hero.
here. I think most teams play him in 4, but I think IG's one of the few teams that change it up and
You think so?
3 and 4.
I would be a little concerned about him playing a 3 just because then they have Puck Nyx as 2 of their 4s, and that's a lot of control and not a lot of damage. I think if you're going to be running these 2 heroes as your 4s, you're very much relying on burning play in like an incredibly hard carry. And with Earthshaker already picked for LGD, this is one of the most anti-carry heroes in the game because of the amount of lockdown he has through all three of his spells.
Maybe it's time for burning anti-mage.
Yeah, maybe. I know Anti-Mage struggles against Earthshaker.
He was just like screaming that in the backstage.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna lose to TI. I'm gonna be playing my Anti-Mage.
Isn't that how they lost last year?
I mean, yeah, I think maybe they did.
I don't know. I'm personally a big believer in the idea of doing something that you are more comfortable with, even if it might be slightly theoretically incorrect.
It depends on who you're listening to. Are you listening to your carry player or are you listening to your team? And
It's not the hero that he's been playing the most lately as well, right?
Yeah.
It's just more the
you don't wanna-
TI3, TI4 era or TI2 as well, where you picked.
you just don't want to show up in the booth and have it like, or show up to your game and have a player who's totally lost himself in the team, and he's like, okay, just give me this hero and we can win. And then it's like, oh, like, hey, this isn't really what we practice. This isn't how we run. Stick with the plan. It got us this far. Let's just keep going.
There's a difference between a comfort pick and a panic pick.
Yeah, no, and it's a very gray because sometimes you're comfortable with a bad decision.
Yeah.
You think we have any tells with the Razor ban? I think that's the most unusual one of the just read in the second phase.
I mean, either they want to pick something like Nyx, but it's not particularly good against Puck, I guess.
Yeah. So Razor, sometimes a mid hero, but he could also be. We've seen a couple times in like the aggro tri-lane, challenging melee carries. He can solo. He can solo like a safe lane up against maybe like a Nyx off lane or Shaker off lane.
Yeah, Razor would be quite good against the Shaker, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they can't get any more lasts than with
Yeah.
his.
Razor's he's a very specific hero. In a lot of games he can be incredibly effective. He's up against a lot of melee heroes who can't deal with the static link. But in some games he can be totally useless because there's just isn't a great opportunity for him to static link anybody and steal that damage away. A lot of reserve time being burned from IG here on this last ban.
They banned the CK here, the first in the second banning phase, mostly because of the AA, I guess. It's a very good pairing combo. They can go aggro try as well with Chaos Knight AA +1 and be very, very strong.
Bristleback also eliminated. What's your read on Bristleback?
Bristleback's been doing pretty well at this tournament. I've seen him have a pretty good amount of success. He's a very great frontliner. He allows your team to counter-initiate rather than being forced to initiate, so oftentimes you can get better fights.
Isn't it strange here, though? I think banning Bristle versus Nyx is pretty unusual. I think Nyx is seen as one of the pretty decent counters to Bristleback.
And that's because of Carapace and Mana.
Carapace and Mana Burn. Bristle, I think, struggles a lot versus Mana Burn. Like, you won't see him pick very often versus Invoker.
A lot of times we see Bristlebacks just like totally out of mana, whether it's from Mana Burn or Diffusal Blade. They don't really build a lot of mana items, and they just run around and everybody ignores him. He can only do so much unless he's like super stacked on items, where his like right click is very, very threatening.
Also, a lot of reserve time being used for this critical pick 3 from LGD.
Yeah, I would imagine. I guess they could take a core, but core is a kind of risky pick. It's, you know, they have options still to do Earthshaker as support, but probably some sort of support / offlaner hero here.
Both teams seems quite unsure, like what they want to draft, and if you compare to the last game where LED like really know what they want to pick with Magnus, and IG probably had a plan to counter it.
Okay. So this hero, I imagine, is just going to be pairing well with their last 2 picks. There's not a lot of tells right now that say, hey, Bounty Hunter is a great pick, but committing to the idea of Earthshaker being in the offlane, and that they're going to be running Bounty Hunter as the 4.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know which things can easily dispel track, but you think this is a way to track down Puck a little more easily?
Puck doesn't really get affected too much by Bounty Hunter. The track is obviously nice, but a lot of times Pucks will just build duels anyways.
Here's what Sean was talking about, something to purge the track with. And it's also good against A, as we spoke about the other day, that you can actually...
Last game, both these heroes were banned for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Save somebody from the Shatter effect. You can also make them immune to magic.
5
Pairs very well up against whatever might come next. They could still do Alchemist. They could still do Huskar. They could do... What was the other hero? What was the other hero we've seen with Oracle?
Seen Sven.
Yeah, Sven a lot.
Sven, yeah.
Sven is still in the pool.
Yes, I would say melee cores struggle the most against Bounty Hunter because of track movement speed.
We were talking about burning possibly going on Anti-Mage as they
stole it.
Strong heroes. Snatched right away. LGD are going to be running the AM.
Why it's very good with the Bounty Hunter is because Bounty Hunter is going to go around and place deep wards and scout the other heroes, which is going to make space for Anti-Mage to farm, because he doesn't really want to fight early on. He wants to get this Battle Fury and possibly the Manta Style before he even wants to join a fight. So Bounty Hunter is going to try to make that space for him.
They could bust out a Drow strat, actually, now that you see the Anti-Mage up. I actually like Drow a lot to counter the Anti-Mage, and
Alchemist right away.
push him down, but they will pick the Alchemist. Very common pairing with the Oracle. Looks like to me.
And it's also one of the better heroes against Anti-Mage in the sense that Anti-Mage wants to farm, you're like, hey, sure, I can farm, but I have the we will scream.
Yeah. You give some Magnum Scepters to his team.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't overstress what you were saying enough, Ake, about the Oracle Alchemist combo being great. Oracle's ultimate preventing any healing or damage.
It is unusual to see Alch picked versus AA. Usually you see like an Alch picked when
Oracle
you have a
just-
ban immediately after.
Oracle just has more responsibility this game to be on top of it.
Yeah.
That's like the great thing about playing as AA versus Alchemist is you see this Alchemist cast his ultimate and you go, okay, he has too much regen, we can't kill him. But with an AA, it's, you know, let's just go on out, he can actually die. So hopefully, I mean,
And if Oracle throws down the magic community and then the ultimate in time,
yeah.
then Ancient Apparition's ultimate will wear off, and then Oracle's ultimate will
For
wear
it
off.
to work, you
and
have to
Alchemist
wait
heal.
3 or 4 seconds for the A ultimate, like for it, like 3 or 4 seconds into the ultimate before you cast Oracle ultimate, because the Oracle ultimate can't wear off before A's ultimate.
Correct.
Now this is interesting. Alchemist is absolutely going to be the big gobbler of all the money on the side of the map of LGD, personally on the side of Invictus. But Lifestealer Puck, a very nice, aggressive combo.
Yeah, this is these cores match up really well against both Lifestealer and Alchemist. I'm sorry, versus Lifestealer. I'm just a little worried that they don't have enough team fight to defend their towers.
And of course, the final pick, Ursa. Oh, and it's also going on Sumnus, aka maybe. We apparently running it in the mid lane. And look at this, XXS is going to be on the Puck. An interesting match given that Anti-Mage and Alchemist both want to gobble up lots of farm. Who will be able to win? Let's head to the casters to find out.
Invictus Gaming have to mentally drag themselves off the floor after game 1. At least they know for game 2 with this draft, the game is going to go a little bit longer, Synderen.
Get better. if it's shorter, then they messed up real bad. Generally, Anti-Mage doesn't win games before minute 20. That's a very rare sight. Totally different draft. They've switched it up a lot for both sides. This is there even a repeat pick from the last game? The Shaker was a pick in the last game. Apart from that, we have 9 new heroes, I believe, in this one.
Yep.
A lot of things to take in. Mainly, The fact that maybe has the Alpine Ursa set is something that stands out to me. I don't think I have seen this.
You're such a cosmetic thing.
This is very... I'm actually not, though. I'm really not, but that one stands out. Obviously, this set... should I talk about this?
I not. Let's move on.
I'm an expert in how to dress up your characters. That's what I talk about. So anyway,
let's talk about the expert and the other stuff. So you're running an Alchemist for Invictus Gaming. You've got that insane amount of farm that can come up. Now, one of the weaknesses when you run the Alchemist is with all the stacks against a Bounty Hunter, he should be able to keep track on all of this. Pun not intended. So how, as Invictus Gaming, do you protect your farm? Do you protect your progression with your heroes?
That's a good question. I think this last pick, Ursa from LGD, is going to do a really good job in this game. When you see these cores, you know the Puck is the only core that has a matchup against Ursa that is even remotely favorable or decent. And he can't play mid. But the Dire heroes can't really be placed in that way so that it makes sense. So it has to be the Alchemist versus Ursa. We saw this earlier in this tournament. I can't remember which team tried the Ursa against the Alchemist mid against IG. It was Liquid, actually, earlier in the upper bracket that put this Ursa against Alchemist. And OP did very, very well on the Alch. That was impressive to watch because historically this has been an awful matchup for Alchemist. But we'll see if maybe can do a better job here than Matumba did in that game. LGD at least seemed to believe in it. And the Ursa has a good matchup in the game. That's another thing. One thing is the lane, but Ursa matches up well against both the Alchemist and the Lifestealer and the Nyx Assassin. It's actually a really nice Ursa game overall, and might be able to create the space that Ame needs on Anti-Mage.
And he will need that. But that's when you look to the other heroes. You look to one of the best controlling heroes on the Invictus Gaming side, which is that Nyx Assassin. He's going to cause problems early on, or at least for Ursa to have any kind of mana to do anything. But I suppose Ursa doesn't really care that much when all you're looking to do is get farm in the lanes with the Fury swipes. So Q just having an influence, and you already see him trying to aggressively attack in towards the Alchemist. This isn't going to be a passive style of play from the Ursa. He wants to do as much damage and keep the Alchemist away from the CS.
Notice what OP did with his item build. He started with Boots first on Alchemist. This is something, Boots first in mid is... I'm trying to think of what matchups you do it in, and the only one that comes to mind for me is Razor, that you would get Boots against Razor to outrun the Static Link in the past, but OP understands this matchup very well. This is all about outranging the Ursa and just not getting hit. Stout Shield is pretty much useless for him in this lane against the Ursa, as he will just be walking and touching a creep here and there, trying to get the kill, and not really draw much damage from the creep, so it doesn't need the Stout so much.
Victoria is trying to harass the bottom lane out. Q has rotated down to help out XXS on that Puck. But Victoria, oh, the stun will be there from Q. They don't have a lot of damage. They've only got the Orb Available. Q, very, very low. Thanks to damage from Yao, they'll let the dust go so they can see Victoria. But XXS, he needed to connect with the Illusionary Orb, but he doesn't do so.
Actually,
so Victoria will stay alive.
I think he could have killed Victoria if he didn't jaunt there, but he
was worried about dying himself.
But, you know, AA used his Cold Feet. The Anti-Mage doesn't have Mana Break. Could have tried for it at least, but taking the safe approach here is XXS, and so is Victoria.
He'll end up denying himself.
Very safe way to die.
Nowhere near as OP as it used to be. XXS has to just jaunt back to the Tier 1 tower now. But yeah, now with having that extended death timer when you deny yourself to neutrals in the early game, not as simple as it used to be. OP still having some fun in mid. In fact, Somnus may be having just as much fun.
Oh, he got an Orb Venom. This could be a kill.
OP, he's already got 5 of the stacks, and now the Fury swipes. Somnus has the damage required. And the Alchemist, he was being very aggressive against the Ursa and pays the price.
That courier delivery was right on time for him, getting that Orb of Venom and the Tango pack. Well, you didn't really need the Tangos there, obviously, but the Orb came in.
Q,
was not ready for that.
He just missed his stun on bottom. They could see him with the Sentry Ward. They wanted to kill Victoria. And Ame was forced to be a little bit more aggressive. They haven't found the Sentry, and now, okay, it's Sentry for Sentry.
And that obviously favors LGD. They just want to make sure that IG don't have any Sentry. They don't really care about their own. There's no invisible heroes coming down here for quite a while. Q isn't going to be level 6 until like minutes 10 or 11 probably, so doesn't really matter.
It will take time. Burning's still having a good time on the top lane. He is neck and neck for the highest CS. Somnus is actually the man who is leading at the moment, 18-5 to the 16-6 of Burning. But it does mean bottom lane Nyx Assassin. Well, this is one way to catch up in your CS for Ame. Just help get the kill. It's going to be Yao who takes the kill on Q. Do you want to delay that 11-minute timing for Invis now? especially as XSS takes even more damage. Victoria just hitting so hard.
I got that double damage. These lanes are going very, very well for LGD. Mid lane, OP. Oh, maybe just used overpower and hit 2 creeps first.
That
was a bit of a misplay.
Yep.
And OP will stay alive. I think he would have died there, actually. Maybe could have run him down and got another Earth Shock off.
This is just problematic. They need to actually bring the Nyx Assassin back to the mid lane to try and create space, but you want the levels for the Alchemist as well.
He's getting boots and bottle delivered on the Ursa now. This is going to be so difficult for OP, but he's managed to find pretty good CS on the Alchemist. Sitting on those 18, and now he can retreat to the jungle to farm some stacks that don't exist.
Oh, Q's trying to do it.
He will make one, and Q will make the other one. They should both be successful here. Good timing. And it's leaving the bounty in for him.
Much needed money for OP. And Victoria, now we look for him. He's got 2 Observer Wards available, and he'll want to try and check it out. Alchemist disappears from the mid lane. It's flags of warning bell. The bounty hunter now turns from lane harassment into camp watching. And he's going to do exactly that, right on top of OP. Even leeching the experience is worth it here.
He could potentially kill him here if OP gets a bit too low. It's like he will be bottling.
And no chemical rage. He can snipe the Courier. He's got the 2 Observer Wards. They need that vision. Courier turns around to go towards Q.
He's not going to kill that Courier without Janata.
Somnus is rotating over, looking to go in towards the trees. OP's already back behind the tower. And with Q nearby, maybe this isn't the wisest choice.
OP is probably just going to jungle now for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Instead, just walk back to lane maybe once in a while, put an acid spray down to protect his tower. But apart from that, he will need to farm.
At least Bobica's nice. He's prepped a triple stack plus a double stack just to the western part of where OP's farming at the moment. But Victoria, he's watching like a hawk. And you're right, he's waiting for that right opportunity. But without mana for Shuriken Toss, he now has it available. Maybe Victoria has that damage required. He'll go for the first attack. Still got the toss available. He's waiting for OP to drop a little bit lower. And the Shuriken Toss, it will be enough. This is the problem. It's going to come.
Oh, yeah. That's such a big kill to get for that bounty hunter. It's a lot of experience going his way. He can choose to skill Janata now if he wants to. Maybe get a Courier snipe a bit later. Set up for that.
And more space arriving for LGD. Somnus is now not just heights like on CS. His net worth is sitting about 3.1k compared to the 2.5k of the Lifestealer. This is really problematic. The fact that Ursa is going to be the man with momentum. And right now, LGD have the map control. They can even look towards Roshan, and there's nothing IG are really ready to do to contest them yet. Your Alchemist isn't big enough. Burning's finding farm, but until he's got Armlet, he does not want to fight.
And something we haven't really talked about yet in this game that is really showing is the support duo of IG. They have Bobuka on Aura.
Oh, not again. It's coming again. Somnus is on his way in. Phase Boost just came off cooldown. That'll give him the movement speed. Both Janata plus the Orb of Venom. OP prepping his stun. He doesn't see anyone. In fact, he's going to stun himself. Somnus, Phase Boost. Where's the extra attack? It isn't coming. He went to the right, Somnus, and OP went left. Burning is in the neighborhood. Bobuka's here as well. And Somnus, this is a big rotation. They want to make it work. Even 11 has moved up for LGD, but instead, TP back to the mid lane, realize for LGD, this is not on.
This is the classic example of an Alchemist game. When one team plays Alchemist, both teams play Alchemist in that game. That's... Everything so far has been centered around messing with OP. The Bounty Hunter and the Ursa. Sure, the Bounty started bottom a little bit, just to secure that lane because he knew Ursa had a good matchup, but like the whole draft from LGD has been focused around countering this Alchemist with this Ursa last pick, else they definitely wouldn't have chosen that hero. The Bounty Hunter is being really annoying. And you know, this is what I was trying to get at with this Bobuka Oracle.
Oh,
actually,
this could work. Yeah, they put it down. The question is, can they hold him there? They lost the vision up the high ground.
This is very... I mean, I think I've seen Bobuka play this hero.
Oh, there we go. Now this they can make work. They dust onto Victoria. They're going to wait for the first little stun to come in from Bobuka, allowing for the secondary concoction onto Victoria, and they have the damage required. IG really needed something to happen. They need that Bounty Hunter gone so they can shrine up and finally finish these big stacks for OP. Get the money coming his way, even though he's only got 1 point up in Greevil's Greed. He went to 3 points Acid Spray.
Yeah, I think his skill build is the correct one. You can't farm jungle with level 1 Acid Spray and 3 in Greed. It takes way too long, and he needed that stun point earlier to try to stay alive, so... Good skill build in this game coming out from OP. But, you know, this is a good move from IG. It's good for them to start getting on the board. When they don't have Bobuka going for these aggressive roaming moves, and he's playing more of a defensive support, Q has to step up on that Nyx and get the job done with that dust rotation. This is very uncharacteristic for IG's run in this tournament to pick these heroes for these players. Maybe Q just doesn't play Oracle, because else I would have thought they would play each other's heroes, you know?
Yeah, it really does feel like it should be the other way around. Pobrika's looking for the wards at the moment, so he's now on ward duty. But he's put down his own observer and sentry, so at least they can see the rotation of Victoria when he comes over the top of the Dire Shrine. But it's not stopping Victoria from like hunting the couriers. He's just like 2 seconds too late to snipe out the donkey. But he's watching OP's progression perfectly.
He's getting a lot of experience too.
Yeah. Leeching everything. At least the Alchemist is able to get the money.
Oh, he got spotted. His invis ran out and he was in the vision of the tower. And he's gonna back off, okay. So he's yielding that bit of experience to OP, realizing he got spotted there. Moving down, Dust is available for Nyx. Nyx got level 6, by the way, minute 9, so... What's wrong about that one? He found some really fast levels.
Yeah, he took the mid. Well, when OP's going to go jungle, you want to have somebody at least sit in the mid lane and soak it up, and Q was the logical choice.
Yep.
So that way, at least, both teams now playing around with that invis roaming hero. I'm interested to see like about this build. So you've gone for the Iron Talon and Treads, and now OP's got straight Radiance picked up. Do you think that's a little too greedy? Did you need something a little bit earlier on to be able to sustain, or is Radiance just that critical for the Alchemist to get?
It's difficult to play Armlet against AA. I think that's the reason. If he was against any other hero, he would get Armlet here. But
oh, he's going to go down once more. Chemical Rage, maybe not. They don't have the damage for this. At least Chemical Rage being burned.
Ooh, this is actually really good for LGD. I'm not sure they realized just how good that was, but they forced the TP over from Q, who has Burning Infested inside him. So they wanted to go for an anti-mage kill on bottom with this Nyx, and instead they found nothing.
Oh, they passed like ships in the night. Victoria's invis was going to wear off in 3 seconds. So instead, Q, they're coming to the bottom lane. Potentially, they can catch out Yao. He is probably the most exposed, but they need to check the tree line. Q doesn't know it. He's focusing on the hero instead. Is anti-mage, but they are just out of range of that tier 1 tower. Vendetta, it's got another 10 seconds or so left on it.
This is
so they can wait it out, but now Victoria's also here. Invis is going to wear off, but Q just went to the low ground. They don't see it. Victoria, he took a little bit of splash damage from the Infest, and yeah, they pinged it out. They worked out, even without the vision, the burning is down there.
This was way too obvious. Like, this IG rotation took so long. They wanted to infest and run bottom, then they TP'd mid, then they had to run from mid to bottom, and all of this time, there's an Oracle laning top. This is such an easy prediction to make for LGD after that TP gets forced mid.
With that kind of space, mid lane, the blink is up. Somnus opening up on the OP. Even with Chemical Rage, you cannot survive that kind of damage. Pobrika and Nightwish, maybe XSS can get a little bit forward. They've got the Dream Call up, need a little bit more damage, and when he TP's out, the triggering of the Dream Call will find the kill. There is no shrine for IG to burn, but at least they get a big pickup. The largest net worth hero on the field, the Ursa is down.
Yeah, this is important for Puck. He had a hard laning stage. This is one of the worst matchups you can have as off-lane Puck, is the safe lane anti-mage. It's very, very annoying to deal with. Your spells can't really harass him out of lane. He wants to get poor man's shield and he'll just hit you a couple of times. You're out of mana, you can't play your hero.
This is the second time I've seen 11 just do that. Like, Burning walks up to him, he knows the Burning's going to have too much damage against him. Straight TP out, but continues the farm. And his Blink Dagger is now available, so...
11 minutes, 40 seconds. That's a really good timing.
Yep. Everyone's getting farm. You can even look down towards the Anti-Mage, 2 swords away from having his Battle Fury.
Wait, so Burning went Armlet?
Yeah, he did.
Really makes you think. I'm not sure if that's the way to go here. I mean, on Lifestealer, the item is more or less mandatory in most games, but when you're playing against AA, there are alternatives. You don't have to buy this item. You can go for something like a Sanjin Yasha first. You can even take a greedy route with Midas as the first item. We've seen that in the past.
Oh, OP.
See how this works out.
You know, this is just sad for the Alchemist. He can die time and time again. He already bought the Radiance recipe. That lets you know the mindset of OP, understanding the fact that he does not feel safe at all. But while LGD are coming to try and contest his jungle, in comes the Nyx Assassin with Lifestealer infested up. They want a big kill. And who are they going to find? 11 is probably the easiest target. Ice Blast flying forward. Look for the double stun. It connects onto the Earthshaker at least, allowing OP to back up. Concoction flies out, keeping Victoria out this battle. And the fight split into multiple parts. Somnus has to stand his ground. Enraging up, this is the only way he can survive the amount of damage that Invictus Gaming could have pumped into him before the Dream Call snaps him back to base.
Good read from IG to avoid that aggression and get that one Shaker kill.
It's like they're using OP jungling as bait now. This is the better way to do it.
What is he supposed to do, man? There's not much else Alchemist can do. It's like, I'm going to play in the jungle. Please play around me or we lose. That's the game plan here. And IG doing a good job there. The downside for them, of course, is that Ame is just going to free farm. They don't have good tools of dealing with this anti-mage apart from the Infest. And now that they have to use it to protect their Alchemist, Ame will be getting a very good timing on Battle Fury. Looks like a 15-minute Treads Battle Fury here. Actually going to jump aggressively.
Bobrika needs to actually have like that Dust and Sentry. In fact, he's going to commit it. Victoria and Bobrika get to battle against each other. Victoria, okay, support has arrived. Oracle, say goodbye to Blink Dagger. In a fissure with Ice Blast combination, and Oracle does fall.
Easy pick. I'm going to get the mid tower. This is when it starts getting scary for Alchemist. It's one thing that you get ganked, but when you start losing your towers and the enemy team can easily invade, that is the true challenge here for OP. That mid tower gone makes it so much easier for LGD to access. They get through there and immediately force him away. And yeah, it's nice it's getting bounty runes, but this Alchemist is having a really hard time. When you're Alchemist and you're not top net worth minute 14, it's a bad game. It's a really bad game.
Well, LGD, they're going to go for their big thing. We knew it was coming. It's going to be Roshan for Somnus. And they understand that Invictus Gaming will do nothing to contest this. They're still looking to try and find their farm. The Blink Dagger needs to come over on the puck. You need the Alchemist to have that Radiance done. And Lifestealer, well, you have armor to start with, but there's still not enough for Burning to fight against such farmed heroes. And Somnus, there it is. Easy done.
Easy wrangling for the Cowboy.
IG need to mount some level of defense here. Like, they've tried to get aggressive. They've tried to do these Vendetta ganks with the infested Lifestealer. But this isn't going to work when LGD will just four-man down one lane. At the moment, they're just doing a 3. They don't even feel like they need the Earthshaker. He's sitting on top with his Echo Slam ready to rock.
He's just waiting, pushing the tower. There's actually a TP in from Nyx here. They want Infest.
Yep.
Could find a kill on 11 again. Looks like it will happen.
Yep. Vendetta hit, follow-up stun. And the damage will be more than enough. He has the Echo Slam, but he'll go for the Totem instead. No reason to burn the ultimate with no more creep waves around him. So Invictus Gaming, at least they're getting something out of this map, but the odds are definitely against him for this match.
Yeah, it's rough right now. They have to play for what they can get. This is a nice kill. It's probably the best realistic kill on the map for them right now. This Nyx plus Lifestealer, I don't think have enough damage to kill Anti-Mage if he's full HP. So they have to settle for that Earthshaker or trying to maybe kill the... yeah, well, supports or Shaker seem to be the only targets that they can reliably kill.
Under attack.
Well, at least Puck now has his Blink Dagger, so jump in initiation, control, potential ways for Puck to escape when Ursa initiates in, as opposed to just standing there. It's this battle up on top. It is on both sides of Q. Spike Carapace creates a little bit of extra space, but now Nyx Assassin knows he's dead. Stick charges, no reason to burn him. Somnus now finding his 3rd kill of this game and will take his 2nd tower of the game.
And they even have that track to amplify their gold gain as well. I'm imagining we're going to see Victoria and Somnus combine a lot right now, trying to just take advantage of their power spike together. Track plus Ursa is a very potent combination. When he has good core matchups, there's so many heroes you just feel like you can kill everywhere.
Oh, they're waiting. OP in the wings. Here comes your Ice Blast and the Echo Slam. Way too easy. And Nyx Assassin TP's in very quick into the Vendetta. Even Sentry Ward. LGD is finding all of this vision of Invictus Gaming. They're putting down a defensive observer once. They lost their one near their Ancients before. And now they just lost the other one protecting the bottom shrine. And goodbye Tier 1 tower. Q's watching this and he knows he can't do anything. Even with a Blink Dagger Puck, this is dangerous to attempt.
Victoria's looking. If he walks down and finds XXS, this could be a kill.
Especially when Yao's in the neighborhood. Ice Blast is on cooldown, but 1 second it comes back off it. Does Yao know? Here goes your orb already. He'll jaunt down, then blink to the safety. The Tier 2 Somnus blinks with him under the Tier 2 tower. Q starts to raise the Carapace.
Good phase shift. Dodging that Earth Shock. Make sure he doesn't have to use Coil. He might even have died expending Coil. Ursa could maybe have run him down fast enough.
Critical items arriving for OP. He's got 4k gold in the bank account. He's coming to buy up his Radiance. So as long as he doesn't die on the path there, he'll be okay.
They don't dare sending out the courier for it, that's for sure.
But his Chemical Rage is wearing off. If they actually got any kind of vision on him.
This is dangerous, OP. You're gonna go for it. That's one of that's That's Alchemist YOLO. That's his version of the YOLO, what just happened.
No Chemical Rage, walking into a dark pit place on the map. They're even dusting, expecting Victoria to be nearby. It did clip the Bounty Hunter, and that's enough to force Victoria to TP back home.
Now Alchemist is going to start finding some good farm. He needs to ramp up very hard. I'm curious to see what itemization OP thinks is the right one here. You'd probably want to get some good armor against the Ursa and the Anti-Mage, and even health items are a little bit deceptive when you're playing against AA. You can't take full advantage out of regen, you can't take full advantage out of max health because you can shatter anyway when you get lower. So maybe he thinks something like armor and BKB could be a choice in this game. Gonna see what he starts shift queuing up. Nothing just yet.
See Burning trying to remove that armor. He's going to go for a Desolator pickup after the armlet. So give some good straight up damage. Probably the one weakness you could say of the Ursa when Enrage is down, he's only going to be walking around with that 14 armor points at the moment.
Only 14.
Only 14. Hey, I'm looking for any weakness you can get. You want to go against the Anti-Mage, you can't open wounds him. Yeah, jump forward.
Oh, he's not going to pursue that. So it looks like Somnus will not be using the Aegis here. It's going to expire in 10 seconds. Damn, the Shaker's getting farmed too. You gotta worry for IG, man. It's like even if they start getting good farm now, imagine this game that no kills happen in the next 15 minutes.
Normally,
I'm not even favoring the Alchemist team. I think they really need to get something done with this Radiance.
And normally you would lean towards him. They do find something. It's going to be the Bounty Hunter.
Nice
no
kill.
way to escape out, and Q will find this kill.
And XXS got a tower. It's important that IG try to open up the map a little bit as well, getting kills so that they can move out a little bit, having some hero hit towers.
They're trying to get vision on top of the hillside so OP can take the Observer Ward. They need to get him money. Or is Bobica going to do it? Okay, Bobica's going to take the money. He needs to buy the 4-staff anyway, so that's fine. Everyone needs some money. But this is good space creation, so you lose the aggressive vision from LGD. This was what was allowing the Bounty Hunter to, one, understand exactly where Invictus Gaming were farming, but two, could also see moments like this. The smoke gank positioning from Invictus Gaming. It's an infest into the puck. There's many delivery systems to get Burning to the front lines. He's going to have the first use of his Desolator in the fight as well. But 11, great positioning. If this push does come, they're going to find him. And in fact, now, Nyx Assassin scouts out everybody. Looking for the target. Victoria in through the rear. The smoke's already broken, so they know there's extra help there. The silence is out. They want the Ancient Apparition down. They want to ensure that the Chemical Rage is able to have his full regeneration potential. But BKB just got them on the Ursa as well. Somnus is ready to fight.
Q was stalking behind, but Vendetta is expiring, so he has to walk back.
Look at
I don't know if they're getting this tower.
He did a nice position the back lines, but now the jump forward. Somnus triggers the BKB. Burning needs to retreat back out. This concoction from OP flies down towards the Earthshaker. They're keeping him out of the fight, but the damage to the Alchemist is ridiculously huge. And Armay joins the fight as well. Bobica on the run, low on mana. They can even mana void if they want it, but it is not required. IG once again on the run from LGD. Blink on cooldown for 5 seconds time. Q trying to retreat back the tier 3 towers and LGD. They're going into the base. They're still tier 2 towers up. They're fighting into these shrines, bringing down Burning. The buyback has to come in. Somnus is in range. He'll wear off in a second. His BKB is also down, but where is the help? No one's there. Burning's on no life, hiding in the trees, not even going back to the fountain. He's worried about the Ice Blast from Yao, which is on cooldown, so now finally he'll start his regeneration. But Invictus Gaming, frightened kittens running away from the dog.
That BKB reveal from Ursa is just game-winning.
This is at least something to get back.
Yep,
TP's coming forward, Victoria will fall, but that Bounty Hunter is worth 289 gold.
So we're going to see it here. He jumps in and claps an insta-BKBs, and they're trying to counterplay with stuns because they don't know he has it. So both the Alchemist stun and the Nyx stun don't really have any impact. And OP gets killed off immediately. They have tracks, now they're just going to run them down. This fight is over. The moment he jumps in and pops BKB and gets that clap off, the fight is won. And IG just don't have the information. If they knew he had BKB, they won't go for that play, but maybe gets them with that surprise play, and it's really hard. Big win again for LGD. They're just destroying IG today in the series.
They really are. This is that type of confidence, which is even more scary for their opponent if they do win this, up against Team Liquid, who will be watching this game very, very closely to understand how LGD are just being so superior to Invictus Gaming at the moment. Their advantage is 12k on the experience, 10k on the gold. Everything's looking sweet for LGD. As long as they don't let the Alchemist get out of control. But so far they're doing a very good job of keeping OP down. And the kiting just has not been there. That BKB from Somnus is just too good in the fights. So Puck's Dream Call has little to no influence.
They have nothing to deal with him. They actually can't do anything about this BKB on Ursa until they get Ags on that Dream Coil or a Basher or something like that, but...
Well, you can dream of the Ags. Maybe that Hand of Midas the Puck is picked up and get him closer to level 25 if they can survive that long.
Ambitious.
Yeah, very ambitious.
Ambitious thought process. Don't worry, guys, we can hold
It's also
it
ambitious.
25.
Bottom lane, the Initiator's coming in. Ice Blast will connect on the Puck. It was Q who was starting to fight onto 11 behind the tier 2 tower. They're just hoping for a trade-off. And it just does not exist.
Yao gets up a very aggressive ward in this top lane before TPing out, so there's kill potential up here later for Ursa and Bounty Hunter. It's likely that Alchemist wants to move into his jungle at some point again up there. He's not going to catch up enough by just farming the right side triangle of the map. He's going to have to try to get active somewhere else to really catch up if they can punish him when he does that.
Well, right now, the safest place to be is actually the LGD jungle. But Invictus Gaming, they will 5-man smoke around that dire triangle camp, and they're moving in. Now, the Radiance is actually turned off, so the creep wave is not burning, but they're looking towards Roshan. Somnus bashed up. He will still, however, get it, but the initiation of the backline, again, yeah, priority target number 1 for Invictus Gaming to kill. They can move towards Victoria. Able to get the sum with a 4-star from 11. Gets him back outside the pit. The Ursa is the big one. He wants a battle against OP. Locked in. Bobika's done the work. So that's false promise available, but doesn't have enough life to stay up to get it off. So one support for one support. The fissure, it connects on Puck. He got into the tree lines, however, but now under the shrine. Burning, maybe this is fine. Concoction Sun onto the anti-mage. Somnus back into the fight for the double. Sun is doing work. The silence as well. Arme so low. Man to start the echo slam. Space created. Arme can blink away. Even the 3-man Shuriken toss. Victoria's looking to go back in. He'll pick off Q. The toss is back up in 2 seconds time. The Tractor's holding Invictus Gaming in that one position. Ice Blast is looking for the kill onto Burning, while 11 runs in towards the pit. XSS needs to find the kill. He's got Blink and Orb, but he does not know where the Earthshaker is. He's back at the shrine healing up.
IG fought so hard, and all they got was the AA that they killed in the beginning of the fight. They simply couldn't get a secondary kill. They all escaped when almost no health. The Mantis Stop from AM came up just in time. And, well, this was the BKB reveal from the Alchemist. He did go for that item, had to get it, so he has a chance of fighting. He's going to run in here and pop it, I believe, now. Yep. And they do get pressure out on Somnus.
But you see, like, no level of damage available. It's just, it's brutal, to say the least.
While watching this replay, there was one kill on the Puck from Maybe.
Yep.
On Ursa, he found another kill here on the map.
Well, problematic, but the Puck has to do these kind of things. He needs to be trying to split push the lanes and give some relief to the Invictus Gaming lineup. Hiding inside their base, they understood after LGD dived almost to the tier 4 towers that their base is not a safe place to be. There is too much power in this LGD lineup. You've got Cheese, AC, Manta, Battle Fury on just the anti-mage alone. This is so much damage, and Ursa understands the position of this game. Going in for the later Desolator, understands that there is just so much damage that he can do, and he wants to do it now, not later. They're ready to win this game, LGD. They're ready to knock Invictus Gaming out of TI.
Yeah, this tower is going to definitely not be defended by IG. I feel like they're going to try a wraparound, because a head-on fight is going to be so difficult. They need to get some sort of jump advantage to take this fight. Somnus is not scared at all. It's just going to run in with this Deso. This tower is going to fall really quickly with AC and Deso.
OP's preparing the concoction. Arme blinks and dodges it. Well, tries to at least, still gets connected on. Alchemist, cold feed it up. He's thinking about going in. Somnus definitely does. OP, False Promise has to save him. They'll trigger the shrine. As Spray is down as well, but this tier 3 tower already at 251 HP.
They popped all of their defense. They popped Oracle ulti, Alchemist ulti, and Alchemist BKB, and got nothing for it. So LGD are going to go again, knowing that these cooldowns are down.
Q's trying to help out. He's a little bit further on the front lines. The Observe Ward from Victoria, obviously a little bit more. But already that start, Echo Slam, Burning, deleted! And the Ice Blast will also connect with the Nyx Assassin. XSS in the tree line also falling. There's just way too much power. And LGD, they are looking to do it right now. Invictus Gaming, the last scramble of defense. But how do you repel LGD? They stand, they take the racks. More Fissures control. Spy Cameras like interrupting up the Ursa, but with Enrage being triggered. That's not even the big one. Hisame on the side, picking up the support heroes. No defense abilities, no defense items. Basically, no defense is adequate here for Invictus Gaming. And they know it. GG, LGD, in dominating fashion, have removed Invictus Gaming from TI. And will be able to face up against Team Liquid later today.
LGD have really found their form over this. They have grown so much during this main event. They look like today they looked like on a completely different level as a team that has a chance of contesting for the Aegis. Of course, there's probably the hardest challenges ahead, but this kind of performance is scary to watch.
This is that kind of victory which you can just be so happy about. They'll get to watch the winners bracket final and then face up against Team Liquid later, taking that momentum from the battle against Invictus Gaming into that lower bracket first final. It's the dream scenario for LGD. A long day, but they made it a lot shorter with just dominating play against IG.
And Burning with a wave out to the supporters. Also, this year was not his year. That's still the one thing he really, really wants, is to win that international.
Well, there is always next year. There is TI8 to come up. So just build up for that point. But right now, LGD, they know how strong they are. They can think about what they want to do later on. But just their performance in this series, it's confidence boosting more than anything else.